Hello, everyone. Welcome to ELI, the place where you get your daily dose of inspiration for entrepreneurship. And today we have with us Mr. Akshay Varma, who is the co-founder of Fitpass, which is a fitness platform that gives you membership to premium gyms and studios across India. Hi, Akshay. Welcome to ELI.
Hi, thank you very much for having me.
I would request you to introduce yourself to our audience.
So my name is Akshay Varma. I'm one of the co-founders at Fitpass. As it was already mentioned, Fitpass is India's largest universal membership to fitness centers across the country, along with various other services that are in-app, from nutritionist to AI, personal coaching to teleconsults, e-pharmacy. So it's a one-stop solution for wellness in
Mhm.
India.
Okay. Uh, uh, Tell us a little bit about the problem statement that you are solving. What exactly is you are solving through your venture, and add a little context by sharing some numbers like how many fitness enthusiasts are there in India, or yeah,
Okay. So just for context, the problem we're solving is very simple. Fitness was an industry that was priced all wrong. It was structured all wrong. What I mean by that is, as a guy or like as my host here, maybe we go for a haircut once in every 3 weeks. Our hairdressers never asked us to pay for the whole year. There's nothing in the Indian consumption basket that you pay for the whole year upfront. The
mm,
fitness industry was one such industry which wanted you to pay upfront, and then whether you use it or not was your problem. So 97% of fitness center members, whether it was a gym or a yoga center, Pilates, Zumba, Krav Maga, whatever,
mm,
97% of the members felt that they did not utilize the services for what they had paid. So there was
that's
a feeling that they had been cheated, or they had not been able to derive the maximum utility or the full utility of what they had paid for.
mm,
This resulted in very poor renewal numbers across the industry.
mm,
So, in general, you would see that the fitness industry would see a lot of churn. Gyms would change hands every 3 years, 4 years. And largely, this was a problem of the way it was structured, the way it was priced, and how customers were being acquired.
mhm,
That is the fundamental problem that we solved through an asset light shared economy model, where we said the consumer needs to be king.
mhm,
They will get options as to where they want to work out, how they want to work out. So whether it is a gym, a yoga studio, Pilates, Zumba, Krav Maga, CrossFit, mixed martial arts, rock climbing, swimming, no matter how they want to be active, the choice is there. So, and location is not an issue, whether it's close to home, close to office, or where they're traveling. So everybody close to their home or office have multiple choices.
okay,
So that is how we started. So it is one subscription service. It is like an all-you-can-eat buffet, really.
mm,
The way we love to consume our food when we go to a restaurant. People prefer to take a buffet and try a bit of everything. Or
mm,
even if they want to eat the same thing repeatedly, they can do that. That's what Fitpass membership is. It is a buffet of fitness services. So the problem we solved was we made it affordable. So instead of paying 30, 40,000 rupees to a fitness center up front, now you have a 999, which is 1,000 rupee subscription monthly.
mhm,
If you don't want to work out in a certain month, you can stop it, you can pause it, you can extend it, whatever. So there's no monotony. You can go to any center. There is no restrictions. If your trainer has left, or you think that this gym XYZ Akshay Fitness is best for running and for equipment, but
mhm,
Priya Fitness is better for yoga classes and Zumba classes, you can attend both.
mm,
So we made it democratic, we democratized it, and that's what we solved. And for the fitness world, for the fitness ecosystem, the asset owners, the biggest thing we solved was that zero cost for customer acquisition, and they make more money through us than they made through their own customer, because the way we price with them, the way we pay them. So these guys who run fitness centers are very passionate people.
mm,
They will deliver very strong experiences, and they will work with you for you to become a better version of yourself. But maybe acquiring customers and marketing and running a campaign, or that is not the core of their business.
mhm.
So we took away all of that pain. We acquire the customers, we send them the customers, and we pay them for it.
Got you. Curious to know, how does it work for the fitness centers? When they acquire a customer, they charge a big amount, and they
Mhm.
get a sizable revenue out of that customer. But when they're allowing, let's say, I am a new entrant to your ecosystem, and just some random guy or two, three people are visiting every day. They are not really my customers. And how does it work out for them? How do they get paid also? Yeah.
So it works out beautifully for them. That is exactly what I was just saying in the previous answer also. So you have to understand that, like you said, that they make a big chunk of revenue from them. But these guys are business owners, right? Revenue is a vanity metric in their world. The real metric for them is profit.
Mm.
So the secret sauce to this business is understanding what CAC is for gym owners or fitness centers.
Mm-hmm.
Because as a fitness center owner, your market is only a 2 to 3 kilometer radius. Right? Nobody is going to travel 7 kilometers to attend a workout with you.
Yep.
That market, you are not the only option. Right? There is a gym, there is a yoga center, there is a Pilates studio, there is a swimming pool, there is a tennis court.
Mm.
So you need to find a guy. If in your current model, you need to find a guy who's willing to pay you 30,000 rupees and alienate all the other choices. Correct. So your CAC becomes very, very high. And I don't want to get into specific numbers because this is the secret sauce of the business. But
Mm-hmm.
once you are able to make the gym owners and fitness centers calculate what the CAC really is,
Okay.
factor in renewal percentage, because a lot of these guys might feel that the revenue to CAC is okay.
Mm-hmm.
And if my CAC is X, my revenue is 1.5X.
Mm-hmm.
But the moment you factor in renewability, because renewability is poor at the gym, why? Because most of the members feel cheated that did not derive full utility.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens at a gym level if there are 100 users, 100 members that they acquired? Next year, a bunch of them will come back, majority will come back and say, if last year I paid you 30,000, boss, I did not really get to use it fully. This year, please let me pay 25,000.
Mm-hmm.
So the average revenue per user actually falls every year,
Okay.
but all the costs increase, right? The
Mm.
trainers have to be paid more, there's inflation, the rent will go up, depreciation will be happening, asset will need more maintenance. So the costs go up, but the revenue comes down.
Mm.
And in all of this, there's a big number called CAC and there's renewability. Once they understand that, we come down to the profit number.
Mm.
That is a number we work with. So when our members go, these guys actually make exactly the profit number or more without any pain of having to acquire this customer. So for them, it doesn't matter whether the customers come through direct channel or through us.
Mm. Got
And with
you.
lots of these centers, we command more than 40% of their capacity.
Got you. Fundamentally, the way I understand is it's a marketplace model, and you become the center place between the people interested in fitness and the gym owner who are offering their centers for people for the fitness enthusiast. But
So I think it's slightly more nuanced. That's why I didn't mean to cut you off. But we're not so the way a marketplace would work is if a gym is able to sell their own services through our platform.
Mhm,
That is not what happens. What is sold is a Fitpass membership, which gives you access to all these centers.
mhm,
So for you as a member, you're not a member of one particular gym, but you're a member of 5,500 centers. So
mm,
then how you use it is up to you. It is free for you to use the way you wish to use one location or multiple locations, one workout format or multiple workout formats, but you're a member of all of them.
gotcha.
So we're like a universal membership pass.
Got you. Curious to know how it all started, like when you have no customers, then no fitness center would like to get onboarded on your platform, and vice versa. uh, the uh, the customers would not come unless you have like a sizable number of fitness centers associated. So chicken and egg problem. How did you solve that?
That is really through conviction and our ability to convince people. So now we're talking about many, many years ago when we started. We started as a pilot in South Delhi
Mhm,
with only 70 centers. And we weren't very sure of how to price it, etc. But we understood that this is 2015 September when we did our first pilot. And at that time, India was literally solving for roti kapda makan,
mm,
where for roti there was people like Tiny Owl, Faso, Zomato, Swiggy. Kapda was Jabong, Mintra, a bunch of these other players. In Makan, there was Housing, Common
yeah.
Flow, Magic Breaks, 99 Acres. So literally, we were solving basic necessities, and there we were trying to make fitness accessible and affordable.
Mhm,
So in that market, obviously the mindset is very different. People, for some reason, thought that Indians don't want to get fit, which is a total which is the incorrect hypothesis, which we have disproved and everybody else has disproved. But at that time, that was the market. And for some reason, as India got digitized and the digital revolution happened in India, for some reason it did not happen in the gyms. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Large players also digitized the kirana stores, right? But nobody digitized the gyms. So first we had to go educate the gym owners. And when you go into a gym, right, the first guy you meet is the bouncer. They want to know why you're there. So
Okay.
first you have to convince that guy of your business. If they're convinced, then they will make you meet the manager. And then if they're both convinced, then you'll meet the owner, who's actually the decision maker. So
Mm-hmm.
it is a slow, patient game to educate the market and then to monetize the market. So as the first mover in this country, we had to educate the market. That took us some time. And first, when we aggregated 70 locations, it took us a lot of time.
Mm-hmm.
But within 2 months, we could go from 70 to 1,000.
Okay.
And from 1,000 to 5,500 took no time. And today, we don't have to convince the gyms know our value proposition. So, in fact, when they new centers open, before they're opening, they come to us and they get onboarded with us to ensure that there is a steady stream of people. In the chicken and egg problem, we knew that the demand side was really facing a problem with the way pricing was done. They did not want to pay upfront.
Mm-hmm.
So that solution in itself was so strong that we knew the demand side would come. So for us, we were convinced the demand will come. So we had to solve supply first. So we solved supply. It took us some time because, like I said, it is a patient game. But then to scale was very easy because once we got the model right, once we knew what to say, how to price it, what the numbers were going to look like, then
Mm-hmm.
it was simple. And because we don't charge the gyms anything, right? We pay them. So they earn more from us than maybe through their own direct channel. The moment they understood that, there was no reason for them to leave. And we became viral, right? The gym owners were telling each other that they would take this guy or a partner with Fitpass, or this is what we're working with. And within the first 2 months, we started showing results. So scaling up was relatively easy, but thanks to a good product and good customer loyalty. So yeah, so we first went with supply because that was the bigger challenge, and then demand came.
Got you. Uh, Tell us a bit about your personal entrepreneurial journey, and to start with, I would love to know why entrepreneurship. What made you, or what triggered entrepreneurial bug in you, and why fitness?
Okay. So actually, none of this was triggered. I didn't want to be an entrepreneur. I used to work as a leveraged finance banker in London.
Mm-hmm.
I was quite satisfied with my job. I was doing well. I'd come back to India and then I moved to New York. And then I came back to India on a sabbatical, actually. And one thing led to another. I used to be a very active person. I used to play football for Delhi and I used to play cricket for Oxford University. And generally, I was somebody who stayed active. So when I came back, just accessing fitness was very difficult because of the reasons I told you, right? Like
Yeah.
pricing was wrong. And then one gym or center would not offer you everything, right? It's not possible that every day I go and just run on the treadmill or lift weights.
Mm.
It's not engaging. So you want to do a group class, or you want to do an HIIT class, or you want to do a CrossFit session. But that means I have to get a membership at a CrossFit center. So that's two centers I need to be a member of.
Mm.
And my co-founder was also facing similar issues. She was with the World Bank at that time, and she also had to mix workouts for there were some health issues that she was facing. And mixing, because what happens is if you keep doing the same workout, after
Mm.
90 days, your body establishes a new normal. So
Mm-hmm.
it stops responding. So you have to mix things up. So maybe you do yoga one day, the next workout is a Zumba or dance class, and then maybe you do some strength, you do conditioning. You keep mixing it up. So your
Mm.
body is always there's no new normal being established. So that meant she had to get 2 or 3 memberships. So paying 40,000 each, that's 1,20,000 for memberships, and that was really stupid. And that time we saw like people like Amazon in India, their marketing campaigns weren't about best quality product delivered tomorrow. The marketing campaign was 2 crore products.
Mm.
Never in your life is the user going to go through 2 crore products. But what they were showing you was optionality and size.
Mm.
Then Uber was not telling you, I'll pick you up, get a car in 3 minutes or get dropped off in 7 minutes. None of that. Not
Mm.
the value prop. What were they saying? 70,000 cars in my fleet.
Mm.
So we realized that the Indian consumer, or the way we like to consume, and then we saw people at restaurants, right? Even if they have to eat the same naan, same shahi paneer, same dal makhani and kulfi, they will not order a la carte. They wanted to pick up a plate. It was a buffet.
Mm.
So we realized that people, that is how we love to consume things. Even if our consumption pattern is predictable,
Hmm.
The power of choice and the power of ownership and flexibility are important things to us. So
That's right.
fitness had to be solved like that.
Hmm.
The other thing that was driving us, and that is literally like one of the things that is stuck in our head. People like Uber and Ola were picking you up and dropping you off for 100 rupees.
Hmm.
Zomato and Swiggy were delivering food to you at home for 100 rupees. Your workout cannot cost you more than 100 rupees. If it is above 100 rupees, you're outpricing the Indian consumption basket.
Hmm.
So to bring workouts from 40,000 rupees to 100 rupees was the mission we took. And we said the only way it can get solved is an asset light, shared economy, capital efficient model. And that's what we started chasing. So today, when we give you a membership at 999 a month and you work out 10, 11 times a month, you
Hmm.
basically essentially solved it for us and said, okay, your per workout cost is 100 rupees, which is why the way we see renewals is about 70%. 70% of our customers renew month on month. And this is in a system where in the middle, RBI had stopped subscription payments. Right?
Hmm.
Everybody faced the problem. Netflix, Spotify, everybody, right? Because you had to reacquire the customer. Every month, you have to get them to give you OTP.
Hmm.
So 70% people going through the pain of entering the card details month on month, giving you your OTP, spoke volumes to everybody.
Yeah, that's right. Uh, would like to understand what are some of the challenges that you have faced so far while building and growing this venture.
I think we've been one of the fortunate students of entrepreneurship because when we started, we've only been facing curveballs since we started. So 2015, we did the pilot. 2016 was the first curveball when India went through demonetization and it affected people's wallets and spending patterns. 2017, we saw GST.
Hmm.
So from a service charge regime where the tax levied was 15%, we were suddenly at 28% because people thought fitness was a luxury item. So that
Hmm.
meant our cost structures took a hit. Then that got revised to 18%, which means that had to be communicated again. Then while everything got okay in 2018, people understood we repriced. Our customers were understanding things. We went back, we started growing, and then RBI stopped subscription payments in the middle,
Hmm.
and they said that all these banks have to get whatever they had to meet some technology guidelines, etc. So suddenly a running business model stopped, and it came 2020, March 2020, we went into lockdown,
Yeah.
and till November 21, we were under lockdown. So we faced a lot of curveballs. Like I said, we've been very fortunate as students of entrepreneurship because we have literally learned a lot in the
Hmm.
last 7 years, which maybe if everything was hunky dory and every day was Sunday, we would not have learned so much.
Yeah.
So the challenges were many, but thanks to a lovely team, people who are very committed with us on the journey, we can proudly say we face very, very little attrition, actually very negligible attrition. So people are stuck, and when you have people who are committed on the journey with you as much as you are, and they bring more than you on the table, then challenges become easier to solve.
Hmm. Any pivots that you have done to your model, especially during COVID? We saw many of the fitness apps and companies like CultFit. They changed their pivoted their model a little bit. So any such
Yeah.
pivots that you have done?
Yeah, so we had to pivot very early in our growth story. So when we started in 2015, we were the first mover in the country. But within 2 months, so because of my background in private equity, I sort of knew that, and that time India was like everybody wanted to start up, right? Maybe for the right reason, maybe for the wrong reason, but people wanted to start up. So
Hmm.
one thing that we anticipated was competition and copycats.
Yeah.
So the moment we started, so we had planned for it. So
Hmm.
when we started in 2015, we anticipated competition. Within a month or two, we had
Hmm.
19 copycats. Right? There were various names, and I think I can say it now. Class Verse, My Flexi Pass, Fitness Papa, Fitness Panda, Oyo Fit, Class Hop. There are a bunch of these guys who came. And most of them also had just copied the terms and conditions from our page. So it said Fitpass on their pages. They not even like corrected the names. But all of these guys came. And we moved a strategy on 1st of January 2016 when we launched our app. We before 2016, our pricing was 2,500 rupees a month,
Mhm.
and that is what everybody copied. But the way we had priced with our gyms was our secret sauce. So on 1st of January 2016, we launched our app and
Mm,
we said 1,000 plus gyms at rupees 999.
mhm,
Suddenly, we started growing organically because the price point was so beautiful. The optionality was larger than the price, but other people could not match this price because they had just copied us in the math they had not done correctly. So
mm,
these guys shut down. So we thought that was fantastic because we had just defeated competition. But a lot of the VCs who were looking at us at that time said, guys, we're not sure because so many people have shut down in this model. Is this model going to work or not? So
mm,
there we were thinking that we anticipated a problem. We played smartly about the problem, but in
mhm,
reality, it actually worked against us, right? Because the VCs got scared. Then we thought that, you know what, if we had not fought the competition, the VCs would have said,
mm,
guys, there are so many of you, we don't know who to back. So let's wait and watch. So either way, the VC is not the target audience, the customer is. So let's shift focus. Then CureFit started rising and they started raising capital from the market. And this is on a piece of paper, right? There are two successful entrepreneurs who came to market, raised capital, and for 2 years there was no business on the ground, but they raised 15 million to start with, then 25 or 30 in the second round, and nobody knew what they were going to do.
mm,
And they locked out early stage capital in the country. Right?
mm,
IDG, Axel, Kalari, all these guys were backing them.
mhm,
Suddenly we had no access to capital. So then we had to think of how to survive, how to grow. So we thought about who else is trying to target the Indian audience. So first, who is the Indian audience? The Indian audience is the age group of 18 to 35, which represents 50% of India.
mm,
But average income is 25,000, 22 to 25,000 rupees.
mm,
So this person, this 22 to 25,000 earning person has to pay rent, pay tax, go to Starbucks, go on a date, wear fast fashion, go for a movie, and consume fitness.
mm,
So then we had to think about who is chasing the same customer. We realized banks are. Everybody wants to be the first credit card in their pocket. We realize insurance companies are. They want to be the first health insurance that they buy and they want to catch these guys young.
mm,
So then we started working with banks. So we started powering. So a lot of guys who may have debit cards or credit cards in the country know that you get lounge access through your cards.
mm,
Lounge access is powered by somebody called Priority Pass. So what Priority Pass is to lounges, Fitpass is to gyms. So we made your credit card powerful. Banks loved it as an idea because it is the benefit in the customer's mind of a gym membership is much higher than a movie ticket. Movie ticket costs 150 rupees, but if you say you're giving them a gym membership and 5,500 centers, that's
mm,
a 25, 30,000 rupee benefit in their mind.
yeah.
So you're getting that free with your credit card. So with SBI card, we launched India's first fitness focused card called SBI Pulse. Currently, we do about 60,000 cards a month.
Mhm,
So we went after banks because they were spending on this, acquiring the same customer.
mm,
Then we were very fortunate. Fortunate is maybe not the correct word, but we really worked hard with the government of India and the Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India, IRDAI.
mhm,
We explained to them that currently health insurance was all about people who got hospitalized.
mm,
So it is actually sickness insurance. It is protecting you from further sickness. It is not protecting your health.
mm,
So you must give access to fitness services as part of health insurance. So it took us 3 years to run multiple pilots, collect a lot of evidence, do a lot of third party reports, research, global comparables. And then finally, the Indian authorities changed regulation smack in the middle of COVID. On 4th of September 2020, regulation changed to say that health insurance and life insurance must include access to fitness centers, gymnasiums, sports centers, and discounts must be provided if people are following this regime.
mm,
That changed. So that brought about suddenly now we became a part of insurance products.
mhm,
So this, so while we started as a B2C company, we became a B2B2C company. And today, the scale we're at, we're almost matching Cult. And Cult came to market with $625 million of capital they raised.
mm,
But we were bootstrapped, and now we're almost at about 75% of their revenue.
mhm. Got you. My final question for you. Tell us what is the meaning of entrepreneurship for you? How would you define the term entrepreneur?
It's very much like a sportsman, I think, and I think that's where I drive my core value from, and I derive my core strength from. It is something you might an entrepreneur, somebody who's very committed to enjoying the journey.
Mhm.
You really do not know what the final result is going to be. It is like a game. You're going to bring your best self to the game. You're going to perform basis the circumstance there. There is no planning you can do, no matter what you think. You have to be present in that very moment. You
Mhm.
have to make decisions in that very moment, where you pass, how you, whether you shoot, whatever that decision is, it is in that very moment. So I think it is, and if you're committed to enjoying the sport or enjoying the journey, and like my hero MS Dhoni says, that you have to follow the process, and then the result is an outcome. So I think an entrepreneur is somebody who's committed to enjoying the journey and then learning along the process.
Got you. On this note, we'll close the session. Thanks for your time, Akshay, and it was a pleasure to have you on our platform.
It was my pleasure entirely. Thank you very, very much for having me.
Thank you, Akshay.
Thank you very much.